Welcome to another episode of the Irregular show. I am the host, Sleepy Melbourne in the building, and we are back with another wonderful chapter of Tower of God, 632 in the building. And now before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. All right? And now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into the chapter. It starts off exactly where we left off before, with Gustang getting the information from Enidu that he is unable to kill any of them because of the agreement that he made with the administrators. As turmoil leaves the room, Gustang rushes forward towards Enidu to demand him to explain. But unfortunately, Enidu has fallen into a deep sleep. And this sleep kind of makes him lose his humanity again. And he is unable to speak, only scream and cry. And I think this is because the human body that he was inhabiting got killed. I think that he himself, as the cube that has sentience, is immortal. But I don't think that extends to the bodies that he takes over. I think that they gain his properties and are immortal while he's inside of them. But I think that they can be killed and damaged to beyond repair, which is what happened here, where he got his head cut off and now he's inside of the square jelly, which is basically his body and just keeping the head as its core, which is weird. I guess it wanted a still way to kind of communicate. But anyway, we move forward to see how all the colleagues and basically the 10 great family heads are furious with V and kind of submit their hatred for V and Fug because of their belief that V orchestrated AMEZ's death, which just really doesn't make sense. But they have no better answers, and all of their abilities that are supposed to be foolproof and discerning the truth have pointed to V. But that doesn't really matter when one of the people that controls those methods of discerning the truth is Tramier, where he might be the one that killed the maze, or at least compelled Enidu to commit the act to kill AMEZ. And maybe he was just leaking his rage over. Maybe he didn't even know that he was doing it. That would be wild if his anger and that emotion was just coming off of him and was being absorbed, kind of like a power going out of control, where you're not necessarily directly trying to do something, but your powers are active and they're acting off of your certain emotions. So I think his emotion of being upset, being frustrated, anger, and wanting things to stay the same, and then also wanting to be in control of everything, just poured out in Enidu, and that's how it happened that Enidu killed AMEZ. Or he really wanted to do it, and that would be even more wild. But they ended up sealing Enidu, and Gustang was never able to get his answers. But, however, we move on to see the rest of the great heads all go their separate ways, kind of falling into their own vices and ways to forget the past. With Gustang, it was ripping out the page inside of his book where he kept a written record of all of the true happenings and a history of the tower. For Kun, he gave in to drinking. Big Zoro vibes there, if you guys are One Piece fans. Yenon went to her sacred flower and symbol and closed herself off. And Tramiel had Leviathan take the memory from him, leaving all of them with nothing but the anger and sadness of the event. This, however, was not enough, but we'll get back to that. Because we get to finally see Enidu, who has taken over the vice captain's body, and now he is kind of having a conversation with the vice captain, getting pretty much an update of the situation, what's going on, who's around, who's outside of the sprout, what they're doing. He gets a little information about the group that is coming to be the new 10 family heads and replace the old 10 great family heads. He also gets some information about, really just outside world, what's going on, what he's been missing while he's been sleeping. And he's ready to kind of join the new 10 family heads and going against the great 10 family heads, which I can understand now. At first, this was seeming like a sad and like a tragedy for Charmier, but now it's just more so like, what's a good way to put it? It's more so like a reckoning. It's like all these reckonings are trying to happen at one time. And then we also still have the workaholics who are out there that are trying to like stop this from coming to a head. But we have one of the clones of Zahad out there, so I think him and Enidu might get into it. Not Enidu, excuse me, him and Urek. I would love to see Urek Musa and Zahad's clone go toe to toe. So I'm excited to see the workaholics come back up. They're not shown in this chapter, but it's just something I was thinking about as I was speaking about Enidu learning about the outside world and kind of thinking about what would be next in terms of story. But we move on to our lovely princess, and she is just chilling, not doing a thing. She is just kind of waiting around because she is the queen, and excuse my King Corso if you can hear him in the background. But yeah, back to Endorsi. Endorsi is just kind of chilling because she's the king, and then there's a frog. And this frog is on some trash, talking about, oh, you're one of the people. Found you. What kind of piece do you have? And she is forced to respond. Or not necessarily respond. It seems like the frog kind of just like comes to the answer himself. Not exactly sure how, but it's the same frog that was used when Tarmiel determined that Enidu killed AMEZ because of V, and that he was telling the truth, which, I mean, back then obviously was a lie, but this is clearly a truth-telling device or truth detection device. Not sure how. Maybe it just asks questions, and as you think of the answers, even if you're going to lie, it grabs what you first think of. But regardless, Tarmiel orders his branch head to go after Endorsi and capture her, which after a short attempt to escape leads with her being captured and us seeing the branch head realize that, oh, she's a princess of Zahad, so we can't kill her. Yes, sir, you may not kill this one. But back to Gustang. He is out of his memories and is ordering Dumas to protect. Well, So keep an eye on the Irregular people. Basically, Bam, who is there. Which, I don't know if keep an eye on means protect, but I'm going to just take it as protect him because I doubt that he wants anything to happen to him while he's away. So protect him and also not touch the chess pieces because he is going to meet Traumere. Because, if Traumere really killed AMEZ or made that happen, it is about to go down. Family head clash. And that's what I want to see. Now I'm Team Gustang, man. I was on Traumere's side, but now I'm on Gustang's side, man. This thing is just getting wild and out of control. I'm excited. Let me know whose team you are on. I'm going to probably throw out a poll tomorrow. But all right. This has been the Regular Show. I am Sleepy Melbourne. I've been dealing with a full weekend of hip-hop beef. If you guys are into that, I got a new show coming. But yeah, other than that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below. Goodbye.